lesson 4. We're going to add fractions with sums between 1 and 2. Okay? Let's see. Brooks, what does sum mean?
It's the answer between an addition problem.
Bingo. Yes, it's an answer to an addition problem, right? So we're just adding today, nothing else. Okay? So yesterday for lesson 3, okay, our answers were pretty much between 0 and 1. Okay? I don't think we had any that were above 1. Okay?
Yeah, we did.
So, okay, maybe you had 1 or 2. Doesn't matter. Okay? But bottom line, okay, most of our answers were between 0 and 1. Okay? Right? Like 9/20ths or 6/24ths, I think was one of them, or whatever, right? They're all between 0 and 1. They're not quite a whole number yet. Okay? They're still part of a number. All right? So, today, the difference is, okay, now our answers are going to be between 1 and 2. Okay? So, if we're thinking of the number line, our answers are mostly going to be between these two numbers today. Okay? So it means that we're going to have one whole and then some fraction. So we're going to be working with mixed numbers today. Okay? So one whole and then a fraction. All right? Go quickly, Emma. Question, Henry?
I was just going to ask you're going to do mixed
Yes. Yeah. So I'm going to teach you how to write it as a mixed number. It's pretty simple. But yes, Eddie.
So technically we're working with improper fractions.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna get an improper fraction and then turn it into a mixed number. Yes. Lily.
Sorry,
It's okay.
but last night when I heard was like plastic one, but like cracked in half. And I was like, this is like a half of a whole. And I was like, you have to involve math and everything, don't you?
Yes.
Yes, I
So we're
do.
supposed to do. Yeah.
And we were decorating Christmas tree, and like we're halfway there. And we were decorating like too close. Versus you were putting like the ends on this. I was like, okay. And then I was like, half of the Christmas tree is decorated, and half of it is broken. And she's like, you make no sense, yet you make all of the sense.
That's good. No, I'm proud of you for applying it to other circumstances. That's good. Brady, did you have a comment question?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if it comes back. Okay. All right. We gotta keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. So, kind of just by looking at this, okay, I want you to think of yesterday. We can look at this problem and be like, okay, is it going to be, based on what we know from yesterday, is it going to be bigger or smaller than one whole, okay? Will the sum be more or less than 1? So I want you to start thinking about, you're not answering quite yet. So I don't want you to answer quite yet. I just want you to look at that problem, start visualizing the rectangular fraction model, okay? Thinking to yourself, okay, does it, thinking of how they're going to come together when they sandwich, all that stuff. Thinking about whether you think it's going to be bigger or smaller than 1, okay? We're thinking about it? Yes, no?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe so.
If you have an answer, can you put your hand gently on your head? If you think it's yes or no, if you've got an answer, put your hand gently on your head.
So if it's smaller or bigger?
Will the sum be more or less than 1? So will it be, sorry, if you think it's whether you think it's going to be bigger or smaller than 1. If you have an answer to that question, put your hand on your head. Don't have an answer yet? That's okay. Keep working on it. Okay. Cool. If you think it's going to be bigger than 1, you're going to give me a thumbs up. If you think it's going to be smaller than 1, you're going to give me a thumbs down. Okay? Ready? Go. You're not looking at each other. You're just looking at me. Okay? Do you think it's going to be bigger or smaller than 1? You got to pick one. You got to pick one. Up or down. It's either bigger or smaller. There's no in between. Okay. All right. Let's see if you're right. So I'm going to do this really quickly. You can put your thumbs down. So we start with 1/3 in this box. Friends? We start with 1/4 in this box. Then I go through and I sandwich them. Okay? Is this familiar?
Yeah.
Good, because we just did it. Okay, so now it becomes 4/12 right here. Okay, and this becomes 3/12. All right, what's 4 plus 3? Ready, go. 7/12. Is 7/12 anywhere near 1 whole?
It's
No.
near, but it's not
No.
close
Okay,
enough.
so here's what's going to come in handy for today's lesson. Okay, and everybody needs to be watching carefully. I see people messing with like pencils and things like that. Let's put those away. Okay, you don't need anything on your desk right now at all. Okay, so all that can go away. All right, I would like you to pick your head up because it's hard to look at the board if you're looking down. Okay, this is going to be important for today. Okay, this is the slight change. So what we can do to kind of help visualize whether it's close to 1 whole or not. Okay, if we can't look at 7/12 and be like, yeah, that's close to 1 whole. Okay, what we can do is we can take pieces from the other model. Okay, I'm actually not going to do an X. I'm going to circle it. Okay, take pieces from the other model and bring them over here. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece, this piece, this piece. How many pieces is that?
3.
3. And I'm just going to show them over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is like an added layer to adding fractions. So now this model is donezo. We don't need it anymore, okay? Because it's got nothing in it. I took those pieces and I moved them over here, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay? 7 out of 12 are colored in. So I know that I still am missing 5 pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in order to make a whole, okay? So this is kind of a review of yesterday, but this is the part that's going to be a little different. You guys are actually going to move, quote unquote, move the pieces from the other model over to the first model. Okay, does everybody understand that? Okay, Henry?
You know, it's not going to be 1 whole. Can we just only make 1 model and just like say that we moved it?
Not quite yet, because today you're going to be working with ones that are more than 1 whole. So you are going to need both models.
Alright,
But-
also, if we get like one that's like that,
Mhm.
can we like do it numerically if we know it?
Yes. Okay, yes. Charlie.
I was gonna ask, so we're not doing adding anymore, right?
We did add. We did add, okay? So we did the sandwiching. We had 4/12, 3/12. And we got 7/12. So that's adding. 4 plus 3 is 7. So we did the adding. It's the exact same thing. The only difference is instead of leaving these 3 pieces here, I just took them and moved them over to the first model. Okay? So they're done with this model. This model is gone. Okay? This rectangle is gone. It's not there. Okay?
Like the 3 that you would move over, could you put like a star for that one? Like where you put in the like so you know that it's going to be moved over?
Yes, but you don't have to. There's not really a need for that. But yeah, if you want to, that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna move on because it's gonna make more sense once we get into a number that's bigger. Okay. So I'm actually gonna go to this one. Okay. So 4/5 plus 1/2. Now we're really looking at things that are gonna be a bit different than what we've been working with. Okay. But again, the process is the same. So I'm gonna show 4/5 over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, okay, and that's it. Then over here I show 1/2, okay, I show it vertically, not vertically, horizontally. That's vertically, this is horizontal, okay? And then I sandwich them, so I put them on top of each other. So over on the 4/5, I just draw 1 line across to match this guy, right? And then over on the 1/2, I draw four lines to match that guy. Okay? So now 4/5 became 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10. Okay? So 8/10. The way I counted that so quickly was I have 4 and 4. It's kind of like a 10 frame, right? 4 plus 4 is 8. There's 2 left over, so 8 plus 2 is 10. So you don't have to go through and count every single square. Use your knowledge of number sense to help you with that, okay? Then over here, it became 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 10. Okay, so 5/10. Okay, check it out. Is 5 half of 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an equivalent fraction to 1/2, right? So then now we have the same denominator, which means I can add them together. So 8 plus 5. Okay, what's 8 plus 5? Ready? Go.
13.
13. So, cool. Eddie, what's the name of this fraction? Like, what do we call that? Improper. Bingo. Improper. So, what's going to be cool about moving these pieces over here is it can actually help us change that improper fraction to a whole number really easily. Okay? Not a whole number, but a mixed number. Okay? So, again, I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to take this guy, and I'm going to move them over to the other model. Okay? Because there's 2 spaces over here. Okay? Bless you. There's 2 spaces over here, so I'm going to take 2 pieces and fill it in. Okay? So I'm going to do my best to fill up one hole. Okay? So these 2 pieces just came from this model over here. Okay? So now, what number, or actually, can you raise your hand? Tell me what fraction is right here. Listen carefully to what I'm saying. What fraction is shown right here? Oliver?
10 tenths.
Yes, 10 tenths. Oliver, what's the same thing as 10 tenths?
1 whole.
1 whole. Okay, so I have 1 whole. After I took these guys out, raise your hand, someone. Tell me what's left over. What fraction is left over? Melina?
3 tenths.
3 tenths. Good. So my answer is 1 and 3 tenths. Okay, so 13 tenths changes to 1 and 3 tenths. All right, if you were to put this on a number line, someone raise your hand, tell me where it would fall. Diego, what do you think? Between what numbers would that 1 and 3 tenths fall? Not quite. What's our whole number?
1.
So 1, what's the next number after 1? 2. So yeah, it's going to fall between 1 and 2. So are we staying true to what our objective said today? Yes. Okay. Questions? Henry, do you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. Charlie, question?
My question is like, so are we, do you want us to do on a number line?
No,
And,
No. just the model.
for
Okay.
13 tenths, do you want us to like you drop that to the bottom, but do you want us to do 1 plus 3 tenths?
I want you to ditch the plus. Okay? So today we're ditching the plus. Technically, it would still be right if you said 1 plus 3 tenths. But what's 1 plus 3 tenths?
13 tenths.
Well, kind of. But in like simplest form would be 1 and
3 tenths.
3 tenths, right? So that plus just means and in this case, right? 1 and 3 tenths. So we're just going to drop it. We're going to drop the plus sign. But I don't want any of your answers to be in improper fractions today, okay? Because what you're going to do on the model is fill up a hole, okay? And then your fraction in your mixed number is just what's left over, okay? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, Henry?
I was thinking in my mind, can we just like say an improper fraction, help us remember, like a British person? Because usually they use like improper and proper more than like
That's
anyone.
true. Yeah. So, having an improper fraction would be improper. The proper way to write your answer would be in a mixed number, okay? There you go. All right, Brady.
I know how to tell if one's an improper fraction.
Like if your answer's gonna be
Yeah,
in
like just seeing, yeah.
Okay, can you explain it to us?
Yeah, so all it has to actually be is if the 2 top numbers are bigger than one of the bottom numbers. Then
Okay.
improper.
Okay, I like it. That's good. Eddie. Yes, sir. Any other questions on this problem? Are you ready to try one?
Yes.
I have 1 minute left on my timer, so we can do it. All right. Let's do this one together. So when I say go, please take out your whiteboards. Ready? And along with your whiteboard comes your dry erase markers. Hands in the air.
And erasers?
Not necessarily.
Shoot!
Okay. Ready? Go. Okay. erase them and put them away. I did not tell you to write anything in. Your board should be completely blank and you're putting it away. Okay, you think you would do that a little more quickly, right? If I'm having you put them away again to try again, you think you would do it quickly, right? Quickly and quietly. Okay, so we're gonna try again. You're gonna take them out. Let's have them flipped over to the brown side. Okay? So, ready? Go. Okay. Alright, here we go. When I say go, I just want you to draw 2 rectangles. That's it. Okay? And then you're going to put your cap on your marker. Your marker's going to go on your desk. Your cap should already be on your marker. Okay? Everybody know what they're doing when I say go? Okay, go. 2 rectangles, then cap on marker, marker on desk. 2 rectangles, cap on marker, marker on desk. You don't have to flip over your board. You can keep the white side up. Thank you, Kira. Beautiful. Yes, Amanda. Awesome. Good. Drew's working on it. Perfect. Yeah, they don't have to be perfect. Just kind of the best you can. Okay? 2 rectangles, cap on marker, marker on desk. Yes, Brady. Awesome. Good, Brooks. Okay. Class.
Yes.
Awesome. Class.
Yes.
Okay. What fraction am I going to show in this first rectangle? Ready? Go.
3/8.
Okay, show me 3/8. Ready, go. Phew.
That's a lot of lines.
Class, how many lines are you going to draw for 8?
7. Not that many.
Okay. How many pieces are you going to color in?
8.
Oop.
3.
3.
8 thirds. 3/8. 8 thirds. Well, name my dog.
Nice. Guys, whatever's singing. Okay, did we get our 3/8?
Yes.
Okay, what fraction are we showing in the second rectangle? Ready? Go.
2/3.
Show that horizontally for me, please. 2/3. Then put your cap on your marker and just wait. So we've got 3/8 and 2/3. Awesome, Maddie. Good. Good, Eddie. Yes. Okay. Awesome. Now, do me a favor. Go ahead and sandwich them. And then put your cap on your marker and put it down. Ready, go. Sandwich them.
Why are you so good at that? Mine's all like.
It's a lot easier on the board than it is on a paper.
You're so good at
Because I rest my hand on the board and then go down. So, but you guys can't really do that because you'd erase it.
Let me see.
Hey, don't lose it. Don't lose it. Don't lose it. Okay, did everybody sandwich?
See ya.
Okay, I'll give you 20 more seconds. If you're waiting for me, I want you right now to think about what 8 times 3 is. Okay? Think about it. Don't say it. Think about what 8 times 3 is. All right. Drake, what's 8 times 3? 24. Yes. So you should have 24 pieces on both of your rectangles. Everybody got that?
Yes.
All right. So our new fractions, actually you're going to write this, okay? But our new fractions should have 24 as their denominator. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay. Please find out what each of their numerators are and then put your cap on your marker. Ready, go. What are your new numerators? So count up the shaded pieces on each square.
I can't tell. It scribbles so weirdly.
So you're counting up the shaded pieces to get your top number, okay? Shaded pieces get your top number.
Oh wait, are we supposed to solve it?
Don't solve it, just get your numerators, that's it.
Oopsie daisy. Oopsie poopsie.
Guys, do we all have to start commenting about random stuff? No, that's not how it goes. Think about if that's going to get you a 6 or not today. Okay? Okay. Cool. Did we get it?
Yes.
All right. Awesome. Danae, how many squares are colored in on our first model?
9.
9. So our new numerator, or a new fraction for 3/8 is 9/24. Yes. Okay. All right. Mika, how many squares are shaded in on the second fraction? 16. Yes, sir. Good job. So our new fraction for the second model is 16/24. All right. Brady, you said you already solved it?
Yep.
What's 16 plus 9?
25/24, but simplified it's 1 and
Okay, not quite there yet. Just what's 16 plus 9?
16 plus 9, 25.
25. All right, everybody write 25. Does our denominator change at all?
No.
No. Same unit. It just stays the same. So 24 stays 24. So our answer is 24 through 25/24. Now, some of you may already know what that is as a mixed number. If you're not sure how to do that, here's how you do it with the model. Okay, so follow along with me. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 empty spaces. Okay? So I'm going to take 15 of my shaded spaces from this model and move them over here. Okay? Seems tedious, but it is helpful. Okay? So I'm going to take 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Mika, how many did you say were colored in on this model before we added in stuff? 16, right? If I'm taking 15 of them, how many should be left? 1. Okay, so pretty much circle all but 1. And then they all come over here to make one whole. Again, I know it's tedious, but trust me, it will be helpful for future stuff. Okay? So, we color it in, we stole those 15, and they all come over here to fill in this model to make one whole. Okay? Is that making sense to everybody?
Is this why you said I couldn't draw an X yesterday?
Kind of. That'll make more sense on Monday. Okay? Okay. So now, let's see. Kira, what fraction is shown over here? What fraction? Yes, 24/24, which also equals what, Kira? 1 whole. Good. Okay? So we have 1 whole. These are all donezo. Okay? Class, I want everybody to respond. Okay? What fraction is left in this model? Okay, ready? Go.
1/4.
1 what?
24.
1/24. So our answer, okay, our final answer is 1 and 1/24. Okay? So we kind of, here's what I want you to hear, okay? So the purpose of bringing these pieces over here is so that we can condense the models to make it a little easier to look at, okay? So we basically just shift everything over just to fill it in, right? Isn't it pretty satisfying to have like a filled in model?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we want to fill it in, make it satisfying, condense it. Then whatever's left over is just what's left over. So we have 1 whole and then 1/24 left over. Okay? All right. Brady. Yes.
I have a question. Like it's.
Okay. Can I pause on your questions really quick? I'm gonna have you put your whiteboards away, and then we'll do questions. Okay. So everybody, right now, please erase your board and put it away. Ready? Go.
Does everybody do it?
Yes. But I like it to go on the left because remember we read from left to right. So it's just easier. It's more cohesive if we put it over here, but you can do the other. Okay, quickly, let's go. I also want to get you to lunch on time. Go.
My question is kind of.
Okay, can I wait until later? Is that all right? Henry, you had a question?
Me?
Yeah. No? Okay. All right. Lily, what's your question? Just quickly. Walk and talk at the same time.
Walk and talk. My question was. So like, when I usually do like circle or like I circle the ones. What we usually do is we circle the ones that are like colored in for like the problem, but you didn't like that. So how does that make sense?
So like yesterday, okay, guys, really, you've all seen snow before. Just please, we don't need to interrupt while I'm talking, okay? We can look at the snow later. There's gonna be plenty of it, okay? So Lily, we're basically taking what we did yesterday with circling how many there were to get the total, and we're waiting to do that until we fill up the model, okay? So basically, after you find your new fractions, okay, I want you guys to add them numerically, but then also to show it in the model, what I want you to do is circle the ones that are gonna come over here, put them, like fill up this model, and then we'll give you what's left over, you know? So yeah, we're working our way to subtraction. So this will help with subtraction. Yes, Henry.
Can we circle them in like groups instead of doing them like individually?
That's fine. As long as you're able to keep track of them. Okay? All right. Any other questions on how to do this? I feel like you guys are ready. Okay? So I'm going to give you the problem set. And it's pretty self-explanatory. I think you only have 4 questions on the problem set. Okay? So